This is the beginning of my presentation. For today's topic, we will be discussing the question: what are the four basic strategies that firms use to compete in international markets? To start off, we'll be talking about localization strategy, which has low integration and high responsiveness. It focuses on profit growth by customizing goods or services, and it is most appropriate for a firm to use this strategy when a market has high pressures for local responsiveness and low pressures for cost reductions. It is ideal when there are substantial differences across nations with regard to consumer tastes and preferences. An example of this strategy is McDonald's, which customizes their menu depending on the country in which they are located. Local customization adds value, which supports higher pricing. This allows for them to charge higher prices. In addition, local demand can enable cost reduction through the attainment of scale economies in the local market. Next is global standardization strategy, which has high integration and low responsiveness. This strategy focuses on profit growth by obtaining the cost reductions that come from economies of scale, learning effects and location economies, and low cost structure. It's most appropriate to use when there are low pressures for responsiveness and strong pressures for cost reductions. Companies that choose this strategy do not customize their products because customization involves shorter production runs and duplications of functions, which tend to raise costs. An example of this strategy is Johnson & Johnson, which has expanded globally without having to localize their products because those products are universal, such as soap and Band-Aids. Being an industry pioneer gives them the advantage of not facing significant competition. Next is transnational strategy, which has high integration and high responsiveness. It focuses on simultaneously achieving low cost and differentiation advantages. It is executed by companies whose operations are not confined to a specific country and pursue low cost and product differentiation. It is most appropriate when a company faces high pressures for cost reductions and high pressures for local responsiveness. It offers the most advantage, but is also the most difficult strategy to pursue. An example of this is IKEA, which has a low cost of production, the elimination of sales personnel, and a strategy of do it yourself, ready to assemble furniture. However, there was a lot of pressure for them to respond to the local demands in the United States, where the sizes of beds, cups, and other household appliances were different. They also fell under pressure in China, where a large warehouse was not easily available. As a solution, they adjusted their sizes in America and they now deliver to homes in China. Lastly, we will be discussing international strategy, which has low integration and low responsiveness. This is when a company takes products first produced for their domestic market and sells them internationally with only minimal local customization. This focuses on creating value by transferring skills and products to foreign markets where local competitors lack those skills and product. It is most appropriate to use when a market has low pressures for responsiveness and low pressures for cost reduction, and a company has something unique that local competitors in foreign markets lack. An example of this is Nestle, which is a global company whose strategy was to enter emerging markets before its competitors and sell products that they already produce anyway that suit the local population in order to build a customer base. In conclusion, we have learned that the appropriateness of each strategy depends on the strength of pressures for cost reductions and for local responsiveness. I hope you enjoyed this discussion and thanks for listening.